looking at the Bandai movie monster series Anguirus 2004 from Godzilla Final Wars. Anguirus' carapace will be painted in one piece, unlike the individual spike painting of the new Showa Anguirus, but I still think that this is nonetheless a fine paint job. In fact, I think it might even be that the underbelly is painted and not the shell.
Now, I believe the whole base color is the tan that his spikes are, and that they just painted the underside blue. If you'll see here, right by his neck, there's a little bit of tan you can see around it. See, yeah, they painted all that blue. That's not just a plug. They painted it. Is it the same on my other? Oh, ripped off his head. But yeah, it is the same on my other Anguirus. Yeah, that's... Gotta get his... Ah, damn it. Horns. Hard to get his head on. But kudos to you, Bandai, not skimping out on the paint. In that sense, it would have been so hard to paint these, or even these. I'm not asking you to go down the full tail like I did with my custom, but or even just the tongue. Seriously, Bandai, I'm not gonna complain. I love this figure, and love the sculpt. The paint could use a little work.
Now, I love the minimalist paint job of this figure, but where it really fails is that there is a better version of this figure with more paint, but still has a minimalist paint job that I love. And it was actually used in Monster Island Buddies, and I feel like that they could have just replicated the older paint job, and it would have been a much better figure. But still, I don't hate this figure. Now, articulation is one of the saving graces for this figure. As you can see, it can go all the way around at the leg. That is present on both legs, as you can see here. It can go all the way around at the arm, and both arms, as I'm demonstrating. Although it will be not the smoothest motion. Nothing at the tail. In fact, while recording this, I actually broke the glue seal, and you can see my live reaction. Trying to break it further. And it can go... Now, bear with me. He can go all the way around at the head. Now, ultimately, this is one of the main saving graces for this figure, the sculpt, which is magnificent and really, I feel, captures the way Anguirus looked in the movie. I know a lot of people don't like this design. I love every Anguirus design. I love every bit of Anguirus I can get. I am an Anguirus fanboy, and I will fight anyone who disrespects my scaly boy. Now, here we have Anguirus with his fellow quadruped buddies, Shimo, Anguirus, Douglas, and my custom Anguirus Final Wars. I just thought this was a nice photo showcasing some of my favorite kaiju in the Godzilla franchise and Shimo.
Now, ultimately, it comes down to whether you want to buy this figure. It's got some flaws with paint, mainly a lack thereof it, and the articulation is pretty basic for a movie monster series figure. They didn't really change much, and what they did change was worse from the previous release. But it's got some really great eye paint, as you can see, which is something a lot of figures struggle with, and I'm really impressed with how well they, pulled that off. And it's, if you already have the previous release of this figure, don't get it. It's just not worth it. If you are just getting into collecting Godzilla figures, or if you're a kid, yeah, this is a great release to get. I highly recommend it. It's a great starter figure. If you're gonna customize it, I had a great time making this. Pretty simple paint, not that hard. I didn't really change the eyes because, like I said, the eyes are fantastic. And, ultimately, it's up to you whether you want to buy it. And if you want to hear what I have to say, then like and subscribe. And be sure to comment which of the quadruped buddies was your favorite. I know I'm going to get a lot of Doug. This is actually the Playmates Doug, which was completely black when I first got it. So pretty proud of how this guy turned out. But that's a side tangent, and we don't do that here at this channel, despite my ADHD trying to force me to. When next we meet, I will probably be talking about the SH Monster Arts Gamera 1999 Kyoto Decisive Battle version. Or maybe I'll be doing a video on how to break Anguirus' glue seal. Or perhaps I'll be doing a video on the Bandai Godzilla Monster Series, Godzilla 2023 Odo Island version. Look at him. Look at him. Love this figure. So, see you next time.